Hi guys, I'm Izu, welcome to my channel, and today we're watching two trailers. Yes, two. Because apparently one gameplay trailer is not enough. So I decided to do this in one video because I just don't want to make another video again. So we're gonna be watching both of them. Obviously, they don't come out on the same day, unfortunately, not even the same week. I am very confused why they did this, and I'm very weirded out by that. The whole releasing two gameplay trailers is kind of weird in my opinion. If they had released them all the same day, I would not have an issue, but it feels really weird. It's an odd decision, and yeah, anyways, I don't want to make another video about me reacting to this pack's trailers, so I'm gonna add all of them. If I don't know, maybe we get a third one, who knows, but I'm gonna add them all in this video. So when we're finished watching the first one, I will then watch the second one, and I will have different clothes, so don't be alarmed by that. And hopefully better lighting by then, because I did buy a key light and hopefully that has come in the mail by then. So yeah, anyways, hopefully the flicker will be gone and everybody will be happy. Anyways, one thing I want to say, or two things I want to say before we start this gameplay trailer one. If you want to know why I chose to make these reaction videos to these trailers, I spoke a lot about that in my first sneak peek trailer reaction, so you can go ahead and watch that if you want to know my thoughts and kind of ponderings about if I should or shouldn't make this video and why I ended up going with I am going to make these videos. So yeah, you can watch the start. You don't have to even watch the whole thing if you don't want to. Just watch the start if you're interested. I won't repeat myself. I think that's just gonna be too much to go into. I spoke like in length about it, so we don't need to talk about it again. Another thing I want to point out that I've seen a lot of discourse online about the African side in this pack. Like there's three different neighborhoods that have very different distinct aesthetics, I guess. Like one is very Mediterranean, coastal vibes, one is more foresty European vibes, and then one is more African. Now, I'm gonna say something maybe controversial. I understand why they chose to do three distinct neighborhoods in this pack. I think the idea behind that is to cater to as many people as possible. Most of us want different kind of worlds. We want different kind of representation, and we seriously lack of any kind of African representation. And African is a big word. Africa is a continent, just like Europe or North America or South America. So saying African representation is saying like Asian representation or European representation. Even though European countries are vastly different, as a European, I know this. There are so many different places in Europe and they are completely different to each other. Take, for example, Sweden and compare that to Spain. They are not remotely the same. The same goes with African countries. There are so many countries in the continent of Africa. Africa is not a country. And I apologize for screaming Nemo. I cannot do anything about that. So if you can hear my cat meowing, things do be like that in this household. Anyways, I just want to say that I understand the kind of frustration that people have, and I truly, truly, from the bottom of my heart, hope that this is not the African representation that we'll ever get. I have a sinister suspicion that it might be, unfortunately, but I truly, 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 truly hope that this is not the final pack that we'll have, and also not the only African representation that we'll ever get in the game. Because if it is, honestly, I don't know what to say to that. If it is, that's harsh. That's like giving somebody a little piece of pie crust and then baking a whole cake for everybody else. That is unacceptable. So I completely hear you. I cannot speak for the Black community. As you see, I am almost as white as it can get. So I can't speak for you, but I want to know that I do want to support the people that do and help in any way. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because I know it's like a big discourse in the community right now. And yeah, I all of this to say, I understand why they did 3 neighborhoods, and I am happy that they did an African inspired, I'm just gonna say Moroccan, because that's what people say that it reminds them of the most. I've never been to Morocco, so I can't say if it's right. But let's just say Moroccan inspired world, and I'm happy that we at least got that, but I truly hope it's not the only thing we'll ever get. But I also understand, like, I don't agree with it, but I understand that the pack needs to cater to different kind of people. And there are so many different people in the Sims community from different places that it needs to stretch a little bit to be able to kind of juggle between the whole world. I am a little disappointed too that there's no Asian representation. As people have said again, royalty and dynasty vibes, like all that, are heavily represented in Asian history. Like their whole dynasties and wars and rulers, and like it's very heavy on the kind of leaders and monarchies. And I don't know the history, but I know it's a whole thing. So I would have preferred to have 4 neighborhoods so that kind of all the quote-unquote major generalistic places would have been represented. But at least we did get some of it. But yeah, I don't know. The only kind of predictions I have for this pack is that I think this pack is going to be similar to Growing Together. That it's going to rely heavily on the kind of systems, and for that reason difficult to show in a trailer unless you show the actual gameplay, like the UI and what you can do and blah blah. I feel like this is one of those packs. Growing Together had awful trailers in my opinion, but I thought when I watched the trailers for Growing Together, there are some awesome things they show there, but mostly I was like, what is this pack? Like, what am I supposed to be doing in it? And yet that is one of the best packs in my opinion. I really like that pack. There are a couple of packs that I like more than that, but it's probably in my top 5. Yeah, I feel like this is one of those packs. And I also think and have a suspicion that it is possible that you can only play with the royalty in this world. I don't know that for certain, but I have a sneaking suspicion that there is only one ruler and all the families are trying to kind of compete with each other to have a seat at the throne, but then only one gets it. I don't know if that's it, but I got that feeling when I was reading the blog post and watching the last trailer, the sneak peek trailer. And also I feel like the trailer showing the pirate robbing the people, like just putting stuff in a bag and just like sneakily walking away, I have a feeling that that's a burglar. But they have different clothes in this world because this world specifically caters towards royalty. Or if it's not this world, it's gonna be in the Mediterranean inspired one. Or it could be a Korea. If it's a pirate Korea, I'm gonna be really pleased with that. But I'm not gonna put my hopes there because I have a feeling I'm gonna be disappointed. So yeah, let's just watch this trailer. I said I was not gonna be yapping for 10 minutes, but here we are. 30 minutes later, so let's just watch this trailer and see what it tells us. Just reminder, this is one of 2 currently. We don't know if there's gonna be a third, but this is only about the nobility. And then on 29th, they're gonna release another trailer that is focusing on the dynasty gameplay. So now we're gonna watch the nobility one. It's very confusing, I apologize, it's weird, but let's just watch it,
Alright, here's the tea. Royal life. It's not just palaces and crowns, it's choices. Big ones, small ones, messy ones, the kind that decide whether you're loved or totally loathed. So let's get into it. Nobility is an active career anyone can chase. Well, once they're old enough. So, what's the deal? How does one go from a noble newcomer to a leader of a kingdom? Perform your duties, make the right moves, and you'll move up the ranks faster than a princess can fall down a set of bleachers. And what rewards do you get for all that royal grind? Only the best strip, regal traits, and of course, the crown. Obsessed. But the real prize is the favor of the people. Your choices change how the kingdom sees you. Example, while holding court, a fellow noble raises a concern that someone keeps blocking their mailbox, the highest of offenses. Do you favor the royalty and punish the offenders? Or side with the commoner and let it slide? You're not gonna please everyone.
I thought this was gonna be very similar to
host an
the
extravagant
reputation system.
ball. I mean, who doesn't love a party? Throwing a successful event is one way to increase your noble rank, as is loyal service to your people and fulfilling the duties expected of you. Very respectable. Noble, lead by example. Love it. Just
Oh, that's
kidding.
Excalibur,
Hang
I think.
on the drama. Take Exhibit A, the damp disgrace. Perhaps a certain incident about a certain noble gives
people are
you the
talking.
opportunity to extort them. Got a rival blocking you from advancement? Challenge that dirty llama to a duel.
Oh, interesting.
Win,
Okay.
and they'll step down a level, and that title is yours for the taking. Maybe after you've honed your skill first? Yikes! Oh, better yet, let the
Oh,
winds of fate decide the future for you. Power shifts are dramatic terms that alter
Simcalibur.
who rules, who falls, and your favor between commoners and royals. But
okay.
not all fairy tales end happily ever after. That frog prince kiss could be your ticket to the good life.
Okay, we do get a
Or
frog
a wart-filled
prince.
scandal leading to a very awkward press conference
Oh,
and
okay.
your abdication of the throne. Hey, it can happen to anyone. It's
Damn.
only a matter of time. If it's not kissing frogs, it's a sabotaged cuckoo clock. Which
Oh,
is
yeah,
why
there's
you
a
should
new
have
death.
a promise to inherit and ensure many years of family rule. Or just move on and start fresh instead. I mean, with so many worlds to make your kingdom, there's no right way to rule. Why
Okay,
not make the unexpected choice and see what happens?
so we do get to be a royal. Oh, okay, this is amazing. I am very happy that they didn't tie it into just this world. I was afraid it was gonna be that case, but it's not actually that. And I think you can have different people, like multiple monarchies. I feel like that's the case. So I hope that I'm wrong with that, because that would be great. I would prefer this to be something that is kind of mendable. Possibilities are endless. I like when they do that. I was right that it's a very similar system to the reputation one. I had a feeling that that was the case. Now let me just look at this a little bit slower. It goes through very fast. I'm so sorry to the person narrating this. I absolutely hated that. I'm so sorry. It's not their fault, but sometimes they can be okay, the narrated ones. This case was not it for me. I'm sorry, but it just wasn't. Okay, so this is kingdom taxes. Ooh, okay, we can adjust how much tax people pay. I wonder if that affects our pay. Like if we add more tax, will we get paid more? I'm also interested in the whole pay, because it's a career, which I like. I've seen a couple of people say that it's a weird choice, but I actually really prefer it being a career. Because that way, it's more flexible, and you won't have these weird kind of... I don't know, I feel like it's a good choice to have it as a career. And in reality, it is kind of a career. It's not really a career that you can just like get into. You can't become a princess unless you marry into the family, but whatever. You can't really do that as a real life career. However, the people that are royal and are in the royal family kind of do that as a career. So it kind of makes sense in my opinion. And then there's this system that is your favor. So people can either be very into the royalty and be happy with their rulers, or they can be more into like the commoners, like the royalty sucks, whatever, which I really like because there are lots of examples of this in real life. Take example like English people or Irish or the whole Great Britain area. There's a lot of like heated arguments within that topic. So I think it's a really cool thing that they did that. I find it kind of funny that you can just become a noble newcomer. Like you can just become royalty. But it's The Sims, so I think it's not a big issue. It's just kind of funny. And you just need to progress in the career. It seems like it's a fully active career. Like you don't send your person to work. I wonder if you can. I don't know about that, but I really like that it's a career and it's a... I mean, it would have not made any sense if they added a career like this and then not make it active. But it's kind of funny still. Then you can also have a child by marrying somebody royal. I don't know if they have to be royal or you just get married and then you have a child and they become blue blood, or they have a trait or this kind of hidden trait, whatever they're called. I don't remember anyways. That they're blue blood, which I guess means that they're royal, like they're pure-blooded royals, whatever. That's a nice touch. I don't know if it has any meaning. They have sometimes these things that don't have any effect to the gameplay. Like if you have children with Father Winter, the children will have a little trait that says that they're Father Winter's baby, but they don't have any special abilities. So I don't know if that's like, I don't know. We'll see. Then people call you about issues they have, which is cool. I don't know how irritating that will be in the long run if they call you a lot for the same things. We'll see, I guess. And then we have the ballroom dancing, which is really cool. I think the whole blush little freckly things that he has on his cheeks are new. I haven't seen those and I absolutely love them. He looks so adorable. And I really like the style of clothing. They give us a very wide variety of different styles. Formal, but inspired by different places in the real world, which is really, really cool. And some of them look even more traditional and more historical. Like this lady looks like she's from, I don't even know, 40s. I don't know. She looks like she's from the 1900s sometime during that century, which is really cool. I also really, really like the fact that they did add some fantasy elements to this pack because the theme is very fantasy. And I know a lot of people want to play like a kind of princessy inspired thing. So it's really, really cool that we have the Excalibur inspiration thing, like the Simcalibur. We have the Kiss the Frog. We have the dancing on glass shoes or crystal shoes. I don't know what that means. It's a challenge, but I don't know anything else besides that. Maybe you gain something from that, or I don't know. I guess we'll see, but it's a really cool thing. I really, really like. And the magic mirror. Then we have again the sword fighting. We saw that in the sneak peek trailer, and the dueling as well. So that's nothing new, but it's cool that they are showing it in depth more. There's a new well, which looks very historically like inspired. Like this looks like a medieval well, which I'm very happy about. Anybody who wants to do these kind of more historical looking buildings, this pack is going to be incredible for these people. And I wonder, this guy's like switching the favors, I guess. So I wonder if there's like different gameplay elements to these. They are gameplay objects, but I wonder how much gameplay we get. And also I wonder if the magic mirror is kind of a mix between the magic mirror from Snow White, but also from Harry Potter, because we saw in the last trailer the woman who, or child, peered into the mirror. They saw like a premonition of what will come to happen if things go as they are currently progressing. I don't know what to think about that. It's gonna be interesting to see how these are gonna work. And then we have obviously the cuckoo clock, which is cool. I like it. I like that I actually missed the bigger blog post. I hate that they do multiple blog posts for packs because I can never find the right ones and I'm always missing information. It really irritates me. I'm sorry, but I have to say it. So we missed a blog post that went into detail, or more into detail than the other one that I read in the last trailer. So there's more information that we can read. I can check that out in this one. So I learned that there is one woohoo option inside the clock, and then also a death. So she is dying because the clock is like smacking her in her face.
Frogs.
And I feel like they mentioned about secret hidden pathways, like secret tunnels within the castle. I think that meant that you can travel, kind of teleport one clock and then appear at the next. I don't know if that's true, but I think that's what's happening. I'm sorry, the quality is trash. It's YouTube, I can't help it. So this is the map, and as we can see, we have this, like, I forgot the names of the places, but this one is the more Moroccan inspired. As I said, I don't know, but I'm just gonna call it Moroccan inspired. Then we have the Mediterranean one, more like maybe French, south of France or Spain or something like that inspired place. And then we have the more traditionally European. I think that's how they, or did I have them mixed up? I can't really tell. The quality is abysmal, so it's really hard to tell. And then again, it's really, really, really cool that they made it so that you can be royal in any world. I love that Nancy's on the throne. It's really, really cool because that means that people can tell different stories, and that's important, of course. Okay, so I think this was the blog post that I missed last time. So yeah, there's Dambele, there's Verdemar, and then Bellacourt. And oh yeah, this I'm really, really, really excited about. So there's a backroom lot, a new lot type that is kind of like 2-in-1. It's not exactly a multi-lot, but it is kind of. So during the day, it's a museum or some kind of park place, like a public calm place. And then during the night, it becomes a nightclub. I think that they should have added these multi-purpose lots way earlier in the game, but maybe they weren't just there, like they didn't have the skills or whatever. I don't know. But whatever the reason, I am really happy that they're here. As with small businesses, we can finally live on a lot where we have the small business, which is absolutely incredible. I love it. I absolutely love it. And so I'm very, very excited for this backroom lot type. It's an interesting choice of words, but it is still cool. Oh, okay, I see. So this actually confirms my suspicion of it having only one ruler. So there is only one royal throne, queen or king or whatever. However, their noble dynasties can have kind of a head of a household type of person. Like they can have a leader, but that leader is still below the main king or queen or royal person. I don't know how I feel about that, but it's the same as I thought I understood from the last one. Okay, the sword fighting is a 10 level skill. That's really nice. I do like that. Ooh, there's tournaments. I bet it's not something we can actually participate in. I feel like this is gonna be the same as... Oh wait, it does say players complete event tasks through duels. I don't know, it feels like it could be like in Horse Ranch, where you just go into the building and there's like the competitions. But maybe it's not, maybe it's an actually active event. That would be preferable. Yeah, there we go, secret passageways, a shortcut. Sims can teleport between connected passageways on their lot. Any other lots in the world that they place or discover. Add a secret passageway to a hallway, secluded courtyard, blah, blah, blah. That's really cool. I do like that. It makes it much easier because, as we all know, if you actually live in a castle, it takes like 7 years to get from one end to the other. And time is precious in The Sims. So I'm glad that they added some kind of secret passageway system. Ooh, there's some secrets also in the secret passageways. I like that. I like when they do little details like that. Even if they're just like pop-up things, it's something. I do like that they have like small details. Okay, yes, you can have a monarch in any kingdom, so there's cross-pack play. I don't know how much that remains to be seen, but at least they had thought about it, so that's good. I know, the bar is low, but still, it's an active journey, that's good. Okay, it's a very active hands-on career, I feel like, which I really like. I like very much that type of gameplay. Get to Work is still one of my absolute favorite, if not my favorite pack. I know, controversial, but I love task-based gameplay. So for me personally, this pack sounds like something I would really, really love. You can forge alliances, pursue bolder paths throughout clever schemes and strategic marriages. Okay, that seems intriguing. Your Sims, spouse, and children inherit those shiny titles. Each kingdom can only have one ruler. Okay. I'm still kind of like, I thought I understood it, but I still don't know if it's clear. I keep going between, like, do we have another throne or do we not? Like, I feel like some sentences say something that leads to more like there are head of households or like noble rulers, but there's only one king or queen or royal. I don't know what the gender neutral term of something like that is. I apologize. But then sometimes it also sounds like there's multiple. I'm really confused about that. It seems that the sword fighting is very important. Like if you want to get up the ranks and rise as a ruler, I feel like you need to really master the sword fighting so that you can win the duels, which is kind of cool. I do like that. Ooh, okay. No fixed hours in this career. Performance hinges on completing royal duties each day. Okay, so it's not a time of day that you need to do these tasks. It's more so kind of the lifestyle. Like if you do these tasks each day, you can then rise up the ranks. But then if you don't do that, your career performance goes down and then it's too late to recover it. I like that. I do like that. And the power is never permanent. One misstep can send influence skyrocketing or wipe it out overnight. That's really cool. I like when there are consequences to our actions in the game. That is missing a lot of times, especially in the older packs. So I really, really like it when they think about these things. Okay, so the dynasty system is again cross-pack play, which I think means that you can have a dynasty in any world. Again, really cool. I like that. New interactions like designate heir, designate outcast, usurp, family headship, or expel a sim from dynasty, transform generational storytelling into active playable moments. I like this. As a legacy player, I really like when there's things I can add. I love the heirloom. As annoying as it is, I wish there was another way that you could do that than just click every object and there's always the creates heirloom thing, unless you disable it, but I think you disable the whole thing if you do that. But anyways, it's a little annoying, but I really, really love that because I had an heirloom way before this whole thing. My Not So Berry, when I started that one, my first sim, the Mint Sim, I started my Not So Berry like, I don't know, what, 4 years ago now? Several years ago now. If not 4, then at least 3. I don't know. Anyways, years ago, I started and I'm still playing it, God bless. Not So Berry, and from the first generation, I have kept a voodoo doll. So the voodoo doll that was bound to my heir's husband, I think, has been passed down all throughout the generations onto our 7th generation heir and will be passed on after it as well. And I really like that they made that a thing in the game. Like now I can, with my Animal Crossing legacy that I am now in generation 2, I could make an heirloom, an official heirloom that says the name of the founder, my first heir, and pass it on to the next heir and then to the next. And I really, really like that. So I love that whenever they take something that I'm already doing in the game, but kind of not officially, and put it in the game officially so that I can continue doing, but officially, I like that. I know some people are like, well, we could already do that, but I personally like that. So I'm really happy that they did something like this. Then we have scandals, which kind of self-explanatory. There can be like bad things happening and you can have like a secret lover, people start talking, you can get consequences from that, so that's really good. I'm cautiously still optimistic. There are lots of things that really interest me and really intrigue me. I think it has the potential to be a strong pack. I do honestly think so. There are major things. I hear you that there are lots of things that they could have done better, but no pack realistically will ever please everyone. And also no pack is ever gonna be perfect. But I have a feeling that they tried with this one. I do think so. As I said, I'm gonna do this as one video. It's gonna be a longer video, but I can't be asked to make another. It's too much. I just want to do one last video, which is this one. And so I apologize that it's a little bit of a longer one. Anyways, thank you for watching this far, and we'll just continue with me on another time, on another day, talking about and watching the next trailer that comes on 29th. So in 8 days for me, over a week. Damn, it takes a long time. That's really peculiar, but whatever. Let's just hop to that meet. Alright, I'm back. I am now filming the second part of this video, so don't mind me looking completely different. And also, I noticed that my eyesight has gone worse. Because the brighter the lights, the harder it is for me to see if things are like in focus and stuff. So this is gonna be interesting. I wonder when I will get glasses. The life of a content creator. Okay, let's go ahead and watch the new trailer. I thought it came out today, but instead it actually came out yesterday, and I was training aerial silks and hoop for 2 hours yesterday, so I did not have the energy to film. Nor did I look presentable for a camera anyways. So yeah, let's go ahead and watch the second trailer. So this is the second gameplay trailer.
Dynasties are here. This is about legacy, your family identity, your ideals, your crest, all carried on long after you.
Oh, I love the accent. It's so... I love the
A
accent.
dynasty might be a whole family of nobles, or mysterious icons, or wealthy entrepreneurs. But let's back up a bit and talk about how you can start a dynasty. As the founder,
wait.
talk about
Hold
how
up.
you can start a dynasty.
I want to pause this a little bit sometimes. I actually realized that sometimes when I'm watching these trailers, so many things go over my head because I'm trying to focus on everything and everything is new. So I think we already watched the first trailer just uninterrupted and then went back to watch whatever happened with like time. But today I wanna do this in one go. I don't want to go back to look at we can go, but I don't want to like do it twice, you know. So I apologize if you wanna watch the whole trailer in just uninterrupted. You can go watch it. I will link it down in the description. Okay, so I can found a dynasty or view dynasties. I think this is similar to the club system. So you can found your own dynasty, or you can try to get into a dynasty, like marry somebody from there or something like that. So you can view which dynasties you have in your game and then try to hunt down those sims, I guess. Interesting. I personally have a bug in my game. I get exceptions every time I do anything with clubs. So something about the clubs is broken. I don't know if it's in the game or by mods. I have so many mods and I cannot seem to find the culprit. So I'm not saying it's the game, but I do have issues with it. So it's gonna be interesting if this is also gonna affect my game similarly.
As the founder and head of a dynasty, you get to make all the big decisions. Choosing the family crest.
Ooh, this is
enforcing
fun. I hate that we have so few icons for clubs. I want more. I know it's such a simple, stupid detail, but I wish there was more variety and different icons for clubs. I really like that we can customize these because they make it more personal, you know, more meaningful. And oh, okay, so it is very similar to the clubs. We have the members. I'm a little bit worried if this is all members. Like, can you have only 10 members in the dynasty. That is concerning. I hope there is a scroll, like you can add more, because 10 Sims in one dynasty, that doesn't make it a dynasty in my opinion. That's just a group of people trying to be famous or notable. I don't know. I really hope we can add more. Oof, I don't like that. Okay, skills and ideals. Okay, that's interesting. So you can make sure that your dynasty has different kind of like, not a theme, but kind of what you stand for basically.
Family values. And even
So they went charisma, maybe painting and sword fighting. And then ideals are arts. I don't know what that is. Maybe like notability or something like that. And then romance? I don't know.
inviting your favorite family members from other households to join.
Okay, it's concerning how few people can join the dynasty. I'm very concerned about that.
There are two measures of a successful
Okay, prestige and unity. So the bottom one is unity and the other one above it is the prestige.
dynasty. Unity, meaning how well dynasty members get along. And prestige, which is earned by living by your values. Or lost by going against them.
Oh, is that... I don't know what that means, but to me, that looks like there's an ideal of no technology, maybe? If that is the case, that could be really cool for people that want a more historic take on this and want to play in, like, medieval times. I don't know. That is interesting. And I wonder how well that's gonna work, because we all know how much Sims are on their phones. I would say it's in par with real life. Like, people are always on their phone, even driving, for God's sake. So I feel like that might be an issue in The Sims if you go that way with the ideals. I don't know.
Naming
We'll
your
see.
heir ensures your dynasty will carry on. Though your
Okay, you
cool
can
auntie
declare an
is
heir.
probably too busy to accept. Maybe choose somebody who actually wants the position. There you go. Individual actions may only have a small impact on prestige.
Oh, bold.
But every
That's
little bit
bold.
helps. And prestige equals perks. Like
And
getting a tutor
passionate.
or faster promotions at work. Everyone say baby.
Nepotism! Oh my god, there's nepotism in
Or
The Sims
even
now.
making alliances easier. Since prestige receives a boost from forging connections with other dynasties too. Even when you find yourself facing off against a rival dynasty, there's an opportunity to come out ahead. Oh, nice one.
Okay, that does look a little bit goofy. That does look a little bit goofy when there's like everything is modern and then you're sword fighting with like medieval swords and not like those modern fencing swords. I do have to say that looks kind of funny.
But there's also a risk to your personal rank if you hurt prestige. And if it drops low enough, someone could challenge you for leadership. But hey, if you're not happy being part of a certain dynasty, you can go start a new one. Just make sure you choose family members who will help you gain prestige.
Okay, sorry, I paused in the middle. I am seeing a lot of similarities with the club system. You can also try to get the club like leader position. If another sim is a club leader, you can kind of like talk them out of it and gain the leadership. So I'm seeing a lot of similarities to the club system. I know a lot of people hate when The Sims does this. Personally, I don't really mind it. Not in this case, at least. Because I know how whenever clubs are actually working for me, I rely on them very heavily. And it's been quite annoying to not use the club system because it's very kind of iffy in my game currently. But yeah, I personally really heavily use the club system for all kinds of purposes. Not just for like clubs, but getting Sims together and just having them do similar things or doing things together or even families. I use the clubs so much that it's gonna be hopefully very similar to this. Like I think the dynasty part of this pack functions very similarly, and I like that because that makes me think that it's actually gonna work. Yeah, I really hope that it's good.
Instead of lose it. Uh-oh, that secret affair better not come to light. It's important to ensure no one discovers your dirty laundry. Because with devious conspirators about, every one of your family's indiscretions is a potential scandal waiting to break.
Ooh, so if your sim has a secret affair and they become pregnant or impregnate somebody and there's an illegitimate child born out of wedlock, ooh, so this is where the scandals come in. And you can find that out by searching their family tree or like through rumors maybe. It turns out Emilia has a child his spouse does not know about. I like this. I hope this works very well because this is making me very excited.
Take advantage of the situation by leveraging your new knowledge.
Ooh,
use it to form a
keep
trusted
the
bond
secret
as a close,
or
loyal
extort.
confidant. Or extort them for power or simoleons, whichever. Oof,
Damn.
that will hurt prestige quite a bit.
I really like that the newer packs introduce like a very positive, morally correct way to play with something, and then another more sinister or shady. Just like in businesses and hobbies. Apart from the name, I've talked about this so many times. Apart from the name, I think the name did a complete injustice and they should never have named it that. Regardless of the name fiasco, that pack is actually really good. I do like it and I do play it and I am glad I have it. And in that pack, you can have a small business that's very good, very lawful, very, very, wholesome, have everything checked out. Or you can have a much more shady, kind of more sinister type of business. Like you can do shady business with people and cut corners and do all that. So I really like that because not everybody wants to play this beautiful cookie cutter, everything is always happy and good type of gameplay. Sometimes we just want to create chaos and be shady and be things that we wouldn't do in the real life. I would never do something bad intentionally to somebody in real life, but it would be fun to do that in The Sims, just as an experiment. So I really like that they are giving us tools to use both ways. Like you can be good or you can be more shady.
Can try and do damage control by declaring the troublesome dynasty member the outcast. But the effects of a scandal may last a while. Maybe it would have been better to stay in your original dynasty? But the choice is yours. Just sim it and see. Now you just have to decide if you want the crown. Ooh, shiny.
Okay, that was really interesting. I really am intrigued by this pack. I'm gonna wait until we see like actual gameplay footage. So I still don't know if I will get this pack or not. Again, I talked about this whole thing in my previous video. So if you are like, why are you buying this pack, blah, blah, blah. Watch the first one. You don't need to even watch the whole video. You can watch just the first 10 minutes where I explain why I might get this pack. But yeah, I am intrigued. It is very much something that I feel like I would really enjoy. It's a pack that I genuinely think I would play with. And I'm really excited to do a second season of BitLife where we do a royalty gameplay. I'm gonna do that regardless if I get this pack. Don't worry, if I end up not getting this, I will just use some mods to achieve it, but it would be of course a little bit easier if it was in the game already. But yeah, I'm really intrigued. I am cautious because they are just trailers, but I am also very curious. Thank you for watching this video. I am very, very curious to know what you guys think about this pack now that we have seen more about it. I still don't understand why they did 2 gameplay trailers. I really don't get it. The only reason that I can think of is to like generate more hype and talking with this pack, like constantly dropping trailers so people keep being invested. I don't personally, again, agree with that, but that's the only thing I can think of why they would do that, because both of these trailers are like 3-ish minutes long, so they could have just combined them and made a 6-minute long trailer, like one trailer. I really don't get it, especially when they both kind of dipped into a little bit of each other's themes. Anyways, please let me know what you think about this pack and your thoughts in general about the royalty theme coming into The Sims. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. It makes me very, very happy to see when you are enjoying my content, and it's a direct feedback for me to see whenever you like my videos. I know that I did well. And if you're new here and haven't yet subscribed, you can go ahead and subscribe. We're gonna be playing royalty, as I said, regardless if I get this pack. And yeah, it's gonna be really, really fun to do. Whatever or however we do it, it's gonna be super fun. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day or night and week or weekend whenever you're watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Duxisano, hey. Come on. Nemo wanted to say hi. Goodbye!